Hello friends, welcome to my channel that is Neat Hub. Um Today we will be studying about the excretory products and their elimination. This is the chapter 16th in class 11th NCERT and it is one of the most important topic and mostly questions have been asked from the past 7 to 8 years from this topic around 2 or 3. So weightage will be around 2 or 3 questions definitely will be witnessing in your exam. So here first of and the foremost thing is that what are the excretory products that are eliminated from our body and from other animals as well is very important. As we all know that the main excretory product that human beings secretes are the urea. Okay, that urea are produced by the various metabolic activities that is being occurred in our body. So other animals excrete in addition to urea, they might excrete ammonia or may excrete uric acid. So ammonia being the most toxic nitrogenous waste substances. Okay, so here some of the in the introductory part of this chapter it is given for the most of the animals they what are the excretory products they eliminate and what are the organs involved in their excretion. So I have given you a brief introduction about this chapter and in the later part of this chapter you will be able to see what are the different human excretory products and what are the organ which is involved in the excretion that is mainly kidneys and what are the parts of the kidneys, how urine is formed and how the different uh, parts are there in nephron, which is one of the most important functional and structural unit of our kidney. So here and then what are the diseases related to the excretory system? Okay, so here let's start. Okay, so in the very first in your introductory page of your NCERT, it is given that animals accumulate urea, ammonia, uric acid, carbon dioxide, ions, sodium, potassium, and chloride, phosphates, and sulfates. So all these materials are get accumulated by what? By the metabolic activities or ingestion. So what are the metabolic activities that occur in our body? So we are having different mechanism in our body like excretion, respiration. Okay, our DNA is actively involved in so many production of so many substances. So that is basically proteins that are required for our body activities. For example, trypsin. These are some of the proteins which are required for our building blocks like collagen, everything. So all this production of certain proteins, a DNA is involved. So some of the waste materials are get accumulated in our body as well as in other animals' body as well. So what are the main excretory elements that are accumulated by the metabolic activities in our body are urea, ammonia, uric acid, carbon dioxide, ions such as sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphate, and sulfates. So we have to eliminate these substances from our body. Okay, the mechanism by which we can eliminate what do you call the substances together as common nitrogenous waste substances. Okay, what do you call the substances like urea, ammonia, carbon dioxide, everything we call them as nitrogenous waste elements. Okay, so these are the most common ones are ammonia, urea, and uric acid. So here some of the organisms, so now we will see what are the organisms which eliminate the ammonia, what are the organisms which eliminate urea, what are the organisms which eliminate uric acid. So in the NEET previously it has been asked that the uric acid. Okay, what are the animals which are going to excrete the which excrete uric acid. Okay, which excrete the uric acid with the form of pellets. Okay, uric acid is eliminated in the form of pellets because see here water is one of the most important factor. Okay, for the excretory element to get out of your body. Okay, so here so first we will see about the different types of nitrogenous waste that has to be excreted from our body. The first is one ammonia. Okay, ammonia. The process of eliminating the ammonia is known as ammonotelism. Okay, the process is called what? Ammonotelism. Similarly, the process of eliminating the urea is known as ureotelism. Similarly, uric acid, uricotelism. Okay, you have to remember that the process is known as ammonotelism. Okay, and the animals are known as Monotelic organisms. Okay, what do you call those animals as? Monotelic. So which animals are involved in the excretion of ammonia are bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, and aquatic insects. One thing you can see here, these all are aquatic animals. Okay, these all are aquatic animals. So it is very important to remember this, that excretion of ammonia requires large amount of water because it is one of the most toxic substances. Okay, it is eliminated this ammonia. So here some of the features of ammonia is given in your NCERT. You have to remember, like statement wise questions can be asked from this chapter mostly. So remember this, that why elimination of ammonia is requires large amount of water because it is readily soluble and generally excreted through how, through the diffusion across where body surface or gills as ammonium ions. Okay, it is eliminated by diffusion through the body surface or through the gills. Okay, as ammonium ions, it is easily soluble in the water and it is one of the most toxic substance. Okay, that has to be eliminated from our body. It is when compared to the urea and uric acid, ammonia is one of the most toxic substance. See, in these organisms, okay, in these bony fishes or in this aquatic amphibians and aquatic insects, though they might have kidney, but they do not have these kidneys do not play any significant role in ammonia removal. Okay, you have to remember this. Then this is about the we have about the ammonia. So what we have concluded from this, that ammonia are excreted. So ammonia is basically excreted by the process of elimination of ammonia is known as ammonotelism. Okay, and the animals are known as ammonotelic organisms. Okay, and this is one of the most toxic substances in the when compared to other nitrogenous waste, and it requires large amount of water for its elimination. So here the terrestrial animals have adapted the lesser toxic nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid for conservation of water. Okay, conservation of water is one of the most important factor for the terrestrial animals. So what they did, they do not eliminate ammonia, they eliminate either urea or uric acid. So the animals which excrete urea are known as uricotelic animals. Okay, and for example, the animals which excrete the urea are known as ureotelic animals. Okay, and see here which who eliminate the urea, so mammals. Okay, mammals eliminate urea. Many terrestrial amphibians, as we have seen, many aquatic amphibians excrete ammonia. So many terrestrial amphibians secrete what? Urea. And marine fishes, very important. See here, bony fishes eliminate ammonia. Okay, and marine fishes eliminate urea. You have to remember. Okay, how this ammonia is converted into urea, we'll see here. Okay, in our human beings, mammals, as we human beings are included in where, in the mammals. So ammonia in our body is converted into urea first. Okay, how it is converted? In the liver. Okay, it is this ammonia, from where you can get this ammonia in our body, by the metabolic activities that occur in our body, like for production of any protein or any cycle that has been occurring in our body. What we will get as an end product is ammonia. So these ammonia, as it is a very toxic to our body and requires large amount of quantity of water, what you will do, you will be in our body, it is converted into urea. And where it is converted, the organ which is involved is liver. Okay, in the liver it is converted from the ammonia to the urea, and when it is released in the blood. Okay, it is released in the blood, and this, from the blood it is filtered and excreted by kidneys. Okay, from the blood it is eliminated through the kidneys. Some amount of the urea, still see here this point, I don't think you'll understand now itself, because as we move forward we'll study about the structure of kidneys. Okay, in the form of nephrons. So just by it has given early in your NCERT, I have mentioned here. So remember this line, that some amount of urea may be retained in the kidney matrix to maintain the desired osmolarity. Okay, some amount, not all the, if you, so for example it is 100%, if it is produced, 99% will be eliminated. Okay, 1% will be still in the kidney matrix to what it for, what to maintain the osmolarity in our body. Okay, so in the next, so here we have seen about the ammonotelic, we have seen about the ureotelic, and now last we will see about the uricotelic. So what is uricotelic? The animals which excrete uric acid in the form of what? Pellets, okay, and paste with the mix, in the form of pellets or paste. So so why they adapted this urico? Why they have been these animals have excreting the uric acid? Because the minimum loss of water. For the minimum loss of the water, they have become uricotelic. Okay, they this uric acid is in the form of a pellet or paste. See, this have been seen in some reptiles, birds, land snails, and insects. So this is very very important. So we'll write down in a very short form over here. So here, if you excrete ammonia, okay, we are, they are called as, process is called what? Ammonotelism. Okay, animals are called what? Ammonotelic. Okay, so then ureotelism. Okay, ureotelic, ureotelic. Okay, and then comes your uric acid. Uric acid. For example, this is what? See here, uricotelism. Okay, and the animals are called what? Uricotelic. So here examples are very much important. Okay, example. Remember this examples. See here, this is bony fishes and aquatic amphibians and aquatic insects. Okay, aquatic insects. So remember this. And then here comes your mammals, urea, mammals, terrestrial, amphibians, okay, and marine fishes. Very important. Remember this, marine fishes. Then last is your uricotelic. So here comes your reptiles, birds, land snails, and insects. Okay, this is your ammonia, about your all the different type of nitrogenous waste that has been excreted from our body. So this been very much toxic. Okay, toxic. This less toxic. Okay. So in our body there is one cycle called as ornithine cycle, which will convert the ammonia into the urea, which is carried out in the liver. Okay, ornithine cycle. Conversion of ammonia into urea in liver, and this urea is eliminated through the kidneys by transferring from the blood. Okay, so now there are certain animals, okay, in our invertebrates, as we all know that we there is a classification of vertebrates and invertebrates. Invertebrates are those organisms, animals which do not have a notochord. Okay, and vertebrates are those animals which have notochord. So here the excretory structures in the most of the invertebrates are given in your textbook, and you have to remember this by any reason, I could say. See here, the excretory structure. For example, excretory structure, protonephridia or flame cells. So what do you, this type of excretory structure is seen in the animals such as platyhelminthes, which is also called as flatworms, and the example is planaria. Okay, remember. And rotifers, some annelids, remember some annelids, cephalochordates, just such as amphixis. Okay, so these are the protonephridia, is are the flame cell, are the excretory structure in these animals. Okay, write down and mention in your textbook in a form of a table so that you can easily remember while going for your exam. Okay, and try to make a short notes out of it so that it will be easy for you at the time of exam. In the last 1 month before the exam, you can revise it very quickly. Okay, then nephridia. So nephridia is the excretory structure in the earthworm and other annelids. So, and the Malpighian tubules. So this is the Malpighian tubules are the excretory structure in insects such as cockroaches. Okay, in the cockroaches you will be having the excretory structure in the form of Malpighian tubules and the antennal glands or glean glands. So this is the excretory structure which is seen in the crustaceans like prawns. Okay, so next we will study in the that is the human excretory system, which includes kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, and urethra. Okay, and I hope you understand this video. So follow my channel for more such updates and happy learning. The